Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
We're the Habibi Bros. Welcome to another episode of Habibi Power Hour. It is Super Tuesday, Jay, March 5th, in the year of Allah, 2024. We did it, Habibis.
We fucking made it.
We made it.
We made it to Super Tuesday.
Who would have thought? Not me. That's right. We are streaming live on Super Tuesday.
You know, on Super Tuesday, Trump has a chance. If only Pence has the.
If only he has the courage.
Has the courage.
If only Pence had the courage, man. That's right. This has been a crazy week already, and it's only Tuesday, and I feel like it's important that we just get right into it, Jay. So yes. Let's just get right into it. So on Monday, the Supreme Court handed Trump probably the biggest victory that he could potentially get in any judicial system.
Right.
The Supreme Court.
Well, if you were watching the news on MSNBC or CNN, this would have come to such a surprise to you. Like this ruling would have seemed like it came out completely from left field. Like there was no way in hell that there was going to be a unanimous verdict as we saw it come out. They were in denial when they started hearing the opinions from their lib judges and everything as it was coming out. We had people on MSNBC saying, "Oh, they're just playing the lingo game. They're just trying to out-juke the conservative judges," and so like complete denialism that was going through their fucking minds.
So for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, basically on Monday, the Supreme Court ruled that states cannot disqualify former President Donald Trump from the ballot for his role in the January 6, 2021 attacks on the U.S. Capitol, according to SCOTUS blog. In an unsigned opinion, a majority of the justices held that only Congress and not the states can enforce Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which was enacted in the wake of the Civil War to disqualify individuals from holding office who had previously served in the federal or state government before the war, but then supported the Confederacy against candidates for federal offices. Now, all 9 justices agreed that Colorado cannot remove Trump from the ballot, but 4 justices, Justice Amy Coney Barrett in a separate opinion, and Justices Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan, and Ketanji Brown Jackson in the joint opinion, argued that their colleagues should have stopped there and not decided anything more. So there were how many states, I think, total that were working towards banning Trump off the ballot?
Well, I know Maine was one of them.
Illinois. I think they were talking in Michigan about banning him.
Right. Everybody was like sitting and waiting to see what the Supreme Court was going to do. And of course, once that came out.
Yeah. That's basically end the story.
No, it is in the story. And a lot of people were hoping in the media. They were hoping that the liberal judges were going to shit on their
colleagues.
Shit on their own reputations and completely ignore law and ignore the language in the precedent and say that they have the right to do it. So they were hoping for a 4-3 or something, so they can say this is an illegitimate or 5-4. This is an illegitimate SCOTUS ruling,
right?
Because you had all.
But it's unanimous. It's a sweep, baby. It's a sweep.
They have nothing to say, but you still have them in delusions and stuff. I mean, just today we saw the opinion headline for David French,
right?
That was supposedly a conservative writer. David French is the biggest fucking coward I have ever fucking seen in my goddamn fucking life. Oh, but he served in the military. Oh, but my nutsack served in the military. I fuck your mother.
I'm pulling it up right now. But basically the idea is that, and of course there's a damn paywall on it. So of course I gotta go for the reach around, Jay.
You can reach around me, baby.
Thank you. Yes, I usually can.
Always
pretty well. So David French writes the Supreme Court just erased part of the Constitution.
When I saw this, I didn't think it was real. I knew
it doesn't seem real.
Right. It doesn't seem real. Like I knew he was off the deep end and I knew he was a piece of shit and a fucking coward, but I didn't know like he cares this much about being in the New York Times to actually shit on any credible fucking thing that he ever had, ever. He has no any criticism this motherfucker has on Trump or the Trump campaign is tainted because he's a fucking sellout. If he wasn't a sellout, if he came here and was honest about the opinion that was laid out and the ruling that was laid out by the Supreme Court, he would have at least a little bit more authority behind his fucking opinion when it came to these things. But you just see it time and time again. They just shit all over their own reputation that there's no way you can believe anything that they fucking say from here on out.
So what's funny is that David French writes, if it was a narrow ruling for Trump, it might have held that Colorado didn't provide him with enough due process when it determined that Section 3 applied. Or the court could have held that Trump, as president, was not an officer of the United States within the meaning of the section. Such a ruling would have kept Trump on the ballot, but it would have also kept Section 3 viable to block insurrectionists from the House or Senate and from all other federal offices. And then he goes to say that a somewhat broader ruling would have held that Trump did not engage in insurrection or rebellion or provide aid and comfort to the enemies of the Constitution. That such a ruling would have sharply limited Section 3.
What enemies? What enemies? When they talk
the domestic
like this,
ones.
When they speak like this, when they actually talk, do they understand that we have been through 52 elections, that we've been through all of these fucking things, that we have seen the other team try over and over again as much as they could to illegitimize a fucking presidency? We saw it with Bush. We saw it with Ronald Reagan. We saw it with fucking Bush Sr. We saw it over and over and over again. Each team tries to delegitimate the other side as much as they can and as much as possible. So these things are not unprecedented. Like, no. I don't understand how they think everybody's been living under a fucking rock.
Not even election challenges are considered unprecedented. It happens all the time.
All the time. Not only all
literally
the time.
all the time.
And we don't call these guys insurrectionists. We don't call them a danger to democracy when Hillary Clinton time and time again throughout the whole fucking 4 years of the Trump administration saying that Russia collusion was real.
Right.
We don't call her a danger to democracy, even though she killed Seth Rice.
Seth Rich.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like sushi rice.
So let me draw your attention to this because David French has to throw this line in there. Look at that. It says it's worth noting that by not taking this path, the court did not exonerate Trump from participating in an insurrection. The guy's not on trial here for that.
The way that they want to speak about this is it's so they can keep themselves open to be able to criticize and start saying that Trump's administration is illegitimate from now. They see the writing on the wall. They see how bad Biden is doing everywhere.
Right. He's losing in basically every poll.
It is insane.
Battleground polls, nationwide polls, among registered voter polls.
And they're in denial of what's going on. Like, there's no more denialism. You cannot deny what is happening right now. It is a huge shift that is happening because of how shit people's lives have been throughout the 4 years Biden has been president.
Right.
Throughout the 4 years Biden has been president, there has been a shift within the working class community that have just been shat on over and over again. And this is what has been warned about even before the Reagan era, that the more you try to tax and give for these fucking socialist programs that go nowhere, that provide nothing but line the pockets of the rich, you are going to shrink the middle class over and over again.
Right.
And they're doing it by
design.
You got it, motherfucker.
By fucking design. Quick check-in on the Super Tuesday. For those of you who have been following Super Tuesday, almost every race has been called in the Republican primary. The only two that haven't been called are in Minnesota and Vermont. Trump has won Alabama, Arkansas, Colorado, Massachusetts, Maine, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia. Alaska doesn't get posted until midnight Eastern. So, but we can already safely assume that
So you're saying Haley has a chance?
I'm saying, well, she won DC.
Wow.
It's fucking over for Trump. It's
Absolutely
so over.
So
pack your shit, Trump.
No,
pack your shit. It's time. You gotta walk home with your tail between your legs. I assume Trump has a tail.
I have a tweet up about this too, because the exit poll, they were asking them how do you think that the Biden administration has done a good job? The Trump voters coming out of DC was 1% saying yes, 99% saying no. On the Haley voters, it was 48% saying yes, 51% saying no. And I quote tweeted that, saying that Haley voters are nothing but dumb fucking lib women that are voting for Haley in any of these fucking primaries, because they think they're going to make a difference. These fucking whine liberal,
we already know,
stupid fuck who think their liberal arts degree
we already
makes
know
them college educated. Like that is the worst fucking label that you have on people. I mean, look, I'm college educated, and so is fucking Siraj. Do you think that gives the legitimacy of education level of knowledge?
Yeah, I mean, have you met me?
Intellectual person.
I mean, seriously, have you met me?
You're borderline retarded.
I am not even borderline. I am definitively 100% essentially retarded.
Oh man, it's so amazing. Like when we want to get ready for the show and everything's going on, we're going to get ready, but he will like notice a weed taking urn out or something, and then he's like spending 35 minutes trying to take the weed out.
Okay, that's just me being ADHD. But
no, you're retarded.
I'm also retarded.
Yes, that is just retarded.
So back to Trump's SCOTUS for a second, because the I would say that the meltdown. The meltdown has been quite delicious. We have Jenna Griswold, unfortunately not our favorite Habibi Jenna. We have like
Oh yeah, our favorite Habibi.
Our favorite Jenna. Habibi Jenna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, but she spells it with one N. So,
yeah.
So what we can say is the women who spells Jenna with two N's are the psychopaths. The ones who say with one are the straight
the straight baddies.
The straight baddies.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. We love you, Jenna.
And I mean Jenna Griswold, who tweets out, I am disappointed in the U.S. Supreme Court's decision stripping states of the authority to enforce Section 3 of the 14th Amendment for federal candidates. Colorado should be able to bar oath-breaking insurrectionists from our ballot. This is the Colorado Secretary of State, who, if you're not familiar with, straight baddie. Look at that. Oof. It gets better because
eyes that scream psychopath.
It gets better because now we have.
Oh my God!
Now we have Jenna Griswold going on to MSNBC with Katie Tur, and well, let's just listen to.
My next guest says Donald Trump is still an oath-breaking insurrectionist. Joining me now is Colorado's elected Secretary of State, Democrat Jenna Griswold, who urged the Supreme Court to keep.
Snack.
Not only that, like if it was a Republican coming on here, Katie Tur would say something that would like go against.
She would editorialize the shit of that info.
Absolutely, not give
pro-insurrectionist.
She wouldn't. Yeah, honestly, that's what would happen. Something like that, or say she would say like X claims that the 2020 election has been illegitimate, but there's no proof to that.
Right.
She would say some shit like that, but instead of here saying, at least saying something like, despite even the liberal judges joining in, or despite like what she would do against a conservative, she doesn't do it here. She just allows the whole fucking nonsense garbage go through, just like what they did with Russia collusion.
Yeah.
Like,
and she was basically one of the, I wouldn't say she was the biggest proponent of the Russian collusion narrative, but she didn't do anything to really stop.
She was a firefighter.
That's right. She said that. I forgot she said that shit. All right, let's listen.
Democrat Jenna Griswold, who urged the Supreme Court to keep Donald Trump off her state's ballot. Madam Secretary, thank you for being with us. Give me more of your reaction to today.
Did she just say Madam Secretary?
Are you allowed to say that if they're a state official? I feel like they don't deserve that title.
No, they do, but you could already tell that Katie Tur is a piece of shit. Like it's a piece of shit. But that's what happens when you have like a retarded father that raised you the way that the way you did as a woman.
Right.
Thanks for having me on.
Issues.
I think one thing that's interesting about this, and we'll get to this in just a moment, is that Katie Tur is actually very integral in the whole Colorado SCOTUS ruling, as you'll see here in the next person that we talk about.
First and foremost, I would say it's good that the court issued a decision. Americans have been voting all across the nation in early voting in those Super Tuesday states, including here in Colorado. And Coloradans and Americans deserve to know whether Trump is a qualified candidate. My larger reaction is disappointment. I do believe that states should be able, under our Constitution.
They did it, but now I'm disappointed. Bitch, just go jump off a building, off a bridge. You give nothing to the American public. You don't do anything that is good for the American
She's
public.
probably not even from
What
Colorado.
you do is probably cheer on and say, bring more illegal aliens that murder women joggers into your fucking state and into your city.
I think as like for punishment, Greg Abbott should just ship more illegal aliens to Denver and specifically house them in Jenna Griswold's neighborhood. Who wouldn't want that?
To bar oath-breaking insurrectionists. And also,
hey, by the way, she's not even from Colorado. Guess where she's from? Take a guess.
If I had to guess,
guess.
To really guess, Lucifer's asshole,
which is
California.
Oh, Jay, I'm disappointed in you.
What is it? DC?
Ohio.
This is Carl's.
This is Carl's cut. Carl, why would you unleash this on the rest of us?
How fucking dare you, Carl?
Seriously.
Jesus Christ. Put his handle up on here so people can go follow him on follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, they really need to hate follow him for being from
absolutely.
Ohio.
Ultimately, this decision leaves open
producers.
Yeah.
This decision leaves open the door for Congress to act to pass authorizing legislation. But we know that Congress is a nearly non-functioning body. So ultimately, it will be up to the American voters to save our democracy in November.
Wait, so I'm sorry, democracy, are she saying that because people are allowed to vote, that our democracy is not saved? Anyways.
No, not only that, like she is saying that Congress is she's already letting everybody know that Congress is useless. And what they want is
that's not untrue.
No, it's not untrue, but she wants to rule on fucking executive power.
Right.
Like she wants to rule and take out the middlemen. Take out the Congress is supposed to be the check and balance for the people, the House of Representatives and the Senate.
Right.
That is what their purpose is for. So they want to get rid of that, and they want just absolute federal power.
Right. So there are a lot of people that were basically saying that they're trying to basically saying the Supreme Court's undermining the states and having full control over the elections, or their own elections, which is obviously not the case. They're literally talking about a provision within the Constitution that applies to every federal office holder. These people are retarded.
They are.
They're basically Siraj Hashmi incarnate. Anyways, this next tweet I want to show you actually has a lot to do with Katie Tur, and you might know why, Jay. This is Katie Tur's ex-boyfriend, Keith Olbermann.
You can so tell she has daddy issues. She absolutely daddy and mommy issues. Like it's a both. It's a twofer.
It's a twofer. So anyways,
it's a twofer for it.
So Keith Olbermann tweets out, the Supreme Court has betrayed democracy. Its members, including Jackson, Kagan, and Sotomayor, have proved themselves inept at reading comprehension, and collectively the court has shown itself to be corrupt and illegitimate. It must be dissolved.
Okay, hold on.
How
many years of law school has Keith Olbermann gone through? Like how many years?
Bro, do you know the career arc of Keith Olbermann?
Wasn't he like a sports guy?
He was one of the OG ESPN broadcasters.
Right.
Like he used to call baseball games and everything.
Right. Like
he has like a great broadcasting voice.
Right. Well, and also a great broadcasting career, because I don't think there was like any real
No, he was like he kept
controversy
that
of
shit
him going out or anything.
Well,
like that
the
either.
thing is, he didn't delve into politics until the 2000s, in which he then joined MSNBC. Well, he got fired from ESPN, I assume, for being Keith Olbermann, and then he did Countdown with Keith Olbermann on MSNBC. Have you ever watched that show?
No.
I watched that show back in its heyday, and because my mom's a big MSNBC watching lib, love her to death, but she's still in MSNBC watching lib. She used to watch that show like nightly during the Bush era, and the guy was funny, and he was a good broadcaster. But again, this is at a time when I didn't realize how batshit crazy he was. Like he had a feud with Bill O'Reilly,
Right.
and now he's just yelling at people on Twitter.
Oh, he's so. I mean, he talked about piss in your eyeballs.
Let's get to that.
Is that it was piss?
So here, Gunther Eagleman responds, "Cry more, 9-0. Those aren't tears, fascist," says Keith Olbermann. "They're urine. I'm sure you enjoy being bathed in it." Wait, so Keith Olbermann is telling us that he cries piss.
That's what they're saying.
I love it.
That is what they're saying.
Oh, so what your secret is?
He goes and gets pissed on by lady boys from Thailand.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's what happens, and that's why he gets he tears piss.
We have another video. Actually, this is of Trump, I think. Is this the Justin Barragona? Let me share this tab. So Justin Barragona tweets out, MSNBC bails out of Trump's statement on the SCOTUS Colorado ruling as he rambles on about Trump haters and Fannie Willis. Katie Tur wonders why he didn't come out with a prepared statement, instead stuck with the word salad and whatever comes to mind. Let's just watch.
Trump haters, other than we have maybe one or two that I think can be fair. But you look at New York, what's happened. I mean, these people have tremendous hatred. You can't do this to a president. And again, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about in the future. A president has to be free. A president has to be, if the president does a good job, I did. Some people would say a great job.
Okay. The White House has not had any coordination with the DOJ on the prosecutions regarding Donald Trump. This is totally separate. It's a special counsel. The special counsel decided to bring charges. In terms of the Fannie Willis stuff.
Who, bitch? Appointed by who? Tell me appointed by who? Who was the special counsel appointed by? Was it appointed by the people? Was it appointed by Congress? Who was it appointed by? Who appointed the special Congress, bitch? Tell me now. I'm talking to you.
Oh, me. Well, shit, Jay. I wasn't prepared for that. So the Attorney General of the United States.
Who is?
Merrick Garland.
Who is appointed by who?
President Biden.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Holy shit. If you want to think that the special counsel is an actual like free individual to be able to do what he wants, you're a fucking moron, like a fucking idiot. You are stupid as fuck.
There used to be a time in which the attorney general did not work at the behest of the president, but that all changed under Obama, and I assume it should probably change under Bush too. But if you think about Eric Holder, he branded himself as Obama's wingman.
Yes. Like
if you're trying to keep that firewall up, you don't say that shit if you're the attorney general.
He announced it. He let them know that he is the DOJ and the attorney general is an arm of the president to do his bidding. To go after his political opponents, and that's what we've been seeing time and time again, over and over again, and it's not stopping. And
here's our good friend Elie Mystal tweeting out, "The Supreme Court must be stopped." Now, it's funny because I met Elie Mystal back in 2019 at I want to say it was
when you were a fucking lib.
Well, that too, but Politicon in Tennessee, and I didn't realize who he was, nor did I like care about his politics at the time because I don't fucking know. Seemed like a decent enough guy, but like I met him in like the context of like a lot of other people, so I didn't really like get to know him.
So,
but what I've seen
here, can you fucking just get to the point where he made sweet love to you? You said that his technique was actually pretty good.
His stroke game's on point, Jay. What can I say?
I mean, that's where I thought this conversation was going.
Jay, I had to ask him what that fro do. Does a lot.
does the fro match the drapes?
I actually say the fro matches the carpet, and it's also the same size. So back in what is this? We actually have more hosts from MSNBC talking about how much they can't stand. Oh, what is this? Is this a flashback? It looks like a flashback from the Free Beacon. Let's watch
We
it.
begin tonight with the consequences of insurrection.
Donald Trump is ineligible to serve as president under the Constitution's insurrection clause. Because he is disqualified, it would be a wrongful act under the election code for the Colorado Secretary of State to list him as a candidate on the presidential primary ballot.
Colorado is executing its state's rights to decide who should be on their own ballot.
That's Ali right there.
Call very objective journalism, people. This is exactly what you call very objective. And
I would love to see Ellie Mistel's hair on Joy Reid.
they'll look the same. You will
Well,
not
I'm very proud to be a Coloradan and an American today.
This was a real process. It was consideration of a great deal of evidence. It's grounded in the Constitution.
That language in the Constitution, Jim.
pause it, because Mehdi Hassan is a fucking Islamist Brit piece of shit. He has no right to say anything about the United States states' rights or the United States Constitution whatsoever. What he does have the right to do is go blow himself up in the middle of nowhere because nobody gives a flying fuck.
That is, thank you, Jay. I didn't really have to say anything right there, but thank you. I love how he's quoting Zach Beauchamp of Vox with the constitutional case that Donald Trump is already banned from being president.
That's where he should go blow himself up, on the fucking Gaza West Bank bridge.
There isn't yet, but he could blow as soon as they build it. As soon as they build the Gaza West Bank bridge, he can blow himself up, destroying it all.
I hate that I have to explain this to you.
What?
Because Zach Beauchamp is the guy who said that there was a
bridge.
That's why he's famous.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes.
Man, you're so much more online than I am now. This is weird. Anyways.
I knew this back in 2016.
No, I know. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't follow a lot of these journalists and their retarded antics,
right,
as much as you do,
right?
Like it's almost like you hate follow them.
Oh,
until they block you,
dude. It's not about like hate following. I'm following them so they can be a better person, because apparently their fathers were pieces of shit and their mothers were whores.
I disavow, but I agree.
Constitutions.
That language in the Constitution, Jim, simply could not be any clearer.
This is a slam dunk.
The former president is not eligible to be president again.
Trump incited and therefore engaged in an armed insurrection against the Constitution.
Trump is indeed ineligible to be president.
Donald Trump engaged in an insurrection against the Constitution.
The former president should not be allowed to run again.
In fact, the former president is disqualified.
Donald Trump cannot be president.
For under the Constitution, he cannot be our president again.
That engaging in insurrection has disqualified himself from holding any future federal office.
Will the Supreme Court agree with themselves?
We're confident the Supreme Court will reject that claim.
All right, we just got the breaking news. The Supreme Court issuing a ruling on the Colorado ballot case. The court has made a decision.
This is a win for former President Trump. Here, the Supreme Court has reversed a ruling from the Colorado Supreme Court.
We've learned that it was a 9-0 decision ruling that Donald Trump can be on the ballot in Colorado.
Essentially, you cannot take somebody out of a race because an opponent would like to have it that way.
Literally, bro. What's so
that's
wild?
Exactly what it is. I mean, that's, oh my God.
What's so wild about it too is just like they. I think there was a tweet from Aaron Rupar talking specifically. I think you probably sent it, but it was. Oh no, I think it was a bad legal take. It's that the Supreme Court is not standing in the way of saving America from Donald Trump. Something along those lines. That's all they really care about, and I don't think they realize how fascist they actually became in
Dude,
their
it's-
efforts. They have zero self-awareness.
Absolutely.
All they're doing is basically everything that they have accused the other side of doing, they are guilty of. It's the exact same shit you get from Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals.
Dude, it's like Sam Harris. Look, the funniest thing, and
Sam Harris,
I want
yeah.
this, I
Yep.
want this to be clipped, and I want Sam Harris to be tagged in this because it is the same thing that he likes to accuse other people of, and especially like Islamists and suicide bombers, because they will rationalize themselves, blowing themselves up for the greater good.
Right.
So he rationalizes that anything that Biden does, or even Hunter Biden or anything, or what their side will do to get rid of norms in order to stop Trump from getting office is justified.
Right.
And that in my mind, when he said that on the Triggering podcast, he just went in, said Allahu Akbar, and annihilated his own fucking logical reasoning and his own reputation with that take. 100%. The guy is not a logical, rational fucking thinker. The guy is just like Abu Baghdadi, who would go and blow himself up or jack off to military dogs, whichever one comes first.
Yeah. Wait, what? We're jacking off dogs now? All right, guess we're jacking off dogs. So Jay, interestingly enough, and this is, I would say Trump has been vindicated on this.
Yep.
But he hasn't been vindicated on only just this in the past week. After all, the CDC announced this week that now COVID is no. Do we have that? Sorry, I'm watching like the old feed on Rumble and not StreamYard for some reason, so everything is looking outdated to me. Boomer moment. Anyways, what I was trying to say was that Donald Trump has been vindicated, not just on being taken off the ballot, but now he's been vindicated by the CDC. And if you remember, the CDC has finally announced that it's dropping its 5-day isolation time for COVID in let's see, where is it? There we go. 5-day isolation time from COVID has been dropped. And the advice now is that you treat it same as the flu. This is apparently something that, I don't know, Jay, maybe flew under the radar a bit. Maybe the CDC wanted us to not take notice of it, but we fucking took notice of it. And so now the CDC is saying you don't have to stay home anymore or from work or school for 5 days after testing positive for COVID-19. And basically, if you're fever free and you don't have any symptoms, you can go out and do whatever the fuck you want. Now, back in 2020, when Trump was still president, Facebook specifically took down one of Trump's posts in which he likened COVID to the flu.
Yeah.
They literally censored him for COVID-19 misinformation. And what's crazy is that he's never going to get an apology for that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I don't even know, has he been let back on Facebook?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything.
So, anyways, Jay.
And I think they more than deserve to do that.
By the way, we're coming up on 4 years of 15 days of slow spread.
I know. It's
Can you believe that shit?
absolutely
4 years
fucking
ago,
ridiculous.
4 years ago, we started this show because of COVID lockdowns. And we're finding out now, it comes full circle, Jay.
It always does. It always. And the thing is that the same people who were saying that it was good that he was taken off of Facebook, that were calling him a liar, that were pushing the lies, still think that they deserve your trust. Still think that you are in the wrong for questioning their spotless reputations.
Spotless.
Yeah. Yeah, as spotless as their mothers after a train runs through them every fucking Sunday.
Is it because they're glistening with cum?
All over their fucking
All over
face.
there.
We need to see everyone get an updated flu shot and an updated COVID vaccine. We also shared on Friday.
By the way, Jay, Mandy Cohen, CDC director, would.
I don't know. Her lips are too small.
all the more wood for me then.
That we expect and anticipate there's going to be an updated COVID vaccine coming this fall, right? So plan now, right? It's March, so you can think ahead when you're going to get your flu shot in the fall, you're going to get another updated COVID vaccine. And the reason for it is because this virus continues to change. That's okay. We can stay one step ahead of it. We have the tools to do it. We just need to use them. So FDA, CDC has started that process just like we do with the flu shot. We've started that process to update the COVID vaccine already for this fall. And so we just want folks to, again, already start thinking about it.
So, Jay, the funny thing about this in particular is
When
that
was this posted? Like when was this?
We need to.
this is yesterday, March 4th. This is Bloomberg doing Americans should expect yet another update of the COVID-19 vaccine. Which is interesting, Jake, because if you think about it, you're no longer getting like COVID deaths.
Right.
Like you're getting flu deaths, but you're not getting COVID deaths. Like you might be getting cases, but no one's like, they're not branding people dying from complications of COVID. Usually they're dying from something else. And what they did is they overreported the numbers back in 2020. Like if you got hit by a car, but you tested positive for COVID, that was a COVID death.
Right. And the fact that you still have nobody talking about that. Nobody's saying like, whoa, hold on.
Maybe we got, and also the flu death numbers went to 0 in 2020.
Whoa.
What?
I wonder how that happened. Whoa.
So
a miracle. An absolute fucking miracle. And fuck, like, and we still want they still want people to say that they can trust them. They still want people to say that the journalism industry is objective, that the journalism industry has no propaganda in it whatsoever.
And also on top of that, Jay, if you think about it, everyone within the establishment, these institutions, they're scared that Trump is threatening all those institutions just by being in power. And they don't realize that they are the ones who have completely corrupted the institutions that they supposedly are trying to defend.
Right. And I still don't completely understand it, because when Trump was in power, when Trump was president,
right,
he compromised a lot.
100%
with the establishment. He compromised, like he still to this day praises Lindsey Graham. He's still like, he praised
the weirdest.
Mitch McConnell.
That's the weirdest friendship ever.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's probably because they suck dick, but
they suck a mean dick.
They
sloppiest of toppy. He got that South Carolina twang.
But he also compromised with Mitch McConnell,
right?
And he compromised with the worst of them. He compromised with Schumer. He compromised with Pelosi. Like, these things happen. And look, you can say whatever you want. Say he compromised in order to move things forward. Whatever. All that kind of stuff it makes sense. But they're like attacking him. The way that they're attacking him is completely, I would say, manifested from like the media itself, because of the way he calls them fake news, because of the way that he attacks them and shows and shows them for what they are, more so than a Schumer. A Schumer wouldn't care if Trump was president, because he already has this compromising relationship with him. They got the debt selling up. They got like funding for X, Y, and Z. They did this and that with Schumer. Like, it wasn't
like
confrontational in the way that people are as in the way that the media is trying to portray it.
Right.
Trump didn't railroad all over Pelosi or Schumer, or stop them from what they wanted, or completely say, I'm the president, you guys can't do shit. Like, none of that happened.
Right.
He didn't arrest Schumer. He didn't throw Hillary Clinton in jail. He didn't do any of these things that they are claiming that he's fascist for.
Right. Biden is the one who's actually trying to put Trump in prison.
Right. But the vitriol that you are seeing that the media portray against Trump is completely manifested because of how he embarrassed them.
Right.
How he completely put egg on their face.
It's almost like a revenge tour for the media.
Right.
But like, everything that they're doing is falling flat. I mean, this whole idea that they can try to get him off the ballot and convince American voters that he's not qualified to be president, that he was specifically disqualified because of his role in January 6th, which, by the way, January 6th committee, it's not like they charged him with anything. If he supposedly did all these things, like he instigated or started a riot or an insurrection and basically, demanded his followers go swarm the Capitol and hang Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence, like obviously they would have charged him by now.
No,
but
absolutely.
They didn't when the Democrats lost the House.
No,
they did nothing of that sort before they gave up control.
And to be honest, like what I'm seeing is there's people in politics are going to take advantage of certain things that are happening. So you have them completely taking advantage of what the media is lying about. Like if you and I were running against each other and the media came out and said that you're a gay incel lib, if, as factual as it may be, I would jump onto it and like hone it in and try to like push it in as much as possible. Like
he's like, real deep,
in as tight as possible.
He's pushing that in right there.
Going in. Now, should I go get another?
You can go get another drink
Because like
you're lacking right there. It's looking a little dry there.
It is.
Go freshen that up.
Because I also
while that's happening, I'm gonna pivot over to an Israel update. Jay, do you want to watch the AOC video, or should I not talk about it?
You want to put anal in my ass?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you, Habibi. That's my Habibi. Anyways, let's read some comments, shall we? I see in Rumble, Jim N-word says Trump is gonna ban you Muslims from streaming, and Rumble is gonna pay for it. Honestly, yeah, I hope so. Let's hope that happens. And then he goes on to say we're going to ban Muslims from the internet. Hell yeah, let's ban us, baby. Let's go. Adonis on Twitch says, how pissed are all the journalists that predicted Trump would be deemed ineligible to be on the ballot? I would imagine very, but I think deep down, a lot of them actually are secretly happy because in the age of Trump, resistance journalism was like at an all-time high. Like the grift was so good for them. They were making so much money. And they were publishing books nonstop. They were getting TV shows. They were they're getting all types of shit. And Jay's currently humping air right now. No one can see it, Jay. Show the Habibis. I couldn't see it.
I was up on there.
Oh, maybe I'm looking at the old feed here. This is really unfortunate. I sure
Fuzzy's mom just got
Fuzzy.
fucking hard. I mean, wet.
She got absolutely fucking hard.
I'm
What's up?
I am drinking, it's called Redemption.
Mm.
And this is a weeded bourbon. Like I've never had a weeded bourbon before.
Weeded?
Weeded. So they use wheat. So it's a weeded. Not weeded.
Like
not the ganja.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Redemption. So it's our weeded bourbon is a mash of corn, wheat, and malted barley, giving it a smooth, mellow character. The extended barrel aging imports a tasty, nutty, not on my face aroma. So it's a 96 proof, 48% alcohol, and it's actually pretty good. I mean, a weeded bourbon is not that bad. I still prefer Angel's Envy over it. It's smooth. It goes down pretty well. I think even you could take it. But I tend to like the harshness of some of these bourbons. Like I like the harshness that you feel in your throat, like that you can feel
like burning.
Burn. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like
what my semen does to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Burns.
Absolutely does.
Flies right in there.
So I give this rating a really good 7.6
out of
10. So
okay.
It's one sip. Everybody knows the rules. MSNBC, one sip. And by the way, I just opened this bottle like an hour ago.
There you go.
Very good.
Very good.
7.6 out of 10. I mean, even Angel's Envy for me would be like an 8.4.
You know, another 7J, AOC.
Yeah, if only she had that ass. If only she had the ass.
So back in December 2020, AOC tweeted, "The whole point of protesting is to make people uncomfortable. Activists take that discomfort with the status quo and advocate for concrete policy changes. Popular support often starts small and grows. To folks who complain, protest demands make others uncomfortable. That's the point." Well, Pot, I'd like to introduce you to Kettle.
You refuse to call it a genocide. In front of
I need you to understand that this is not okay.
It's not okay that there's a genocide happening. You're not actively against it.
You're lying.
I'm lying.
You're not.
You went on TV and avoided talking about it.
For what? Because now you can't say it's a genocide or what you're deciding for political race. You can't call it a genocide. How do you say that? We're not lying.
We're not lying.
You've been
We're on
saying it in
TV.
interviews. It's insane. You haven't been calling it a genocide. Don't tell me
I mean,
I'm lying.
she has been saying
Just say it's a
over and
genocide.
over and
Just
over
say it.
again that
Over
this is a
30,000 people are dead.
like way of protesting. Legitimately, I mean, the squad tells people to go to wherever they're eating, to go follow them. You have it from Maxine Waters, you have it from Rashida Tlaib, you have it from AOC her fucking self. But when it's turned on to them, like everyone said it would be, like everyone with fucking 2 brain cells said that was going to happen, they act like a fucking bitch. They act like little pieces of shit. They act like garbage, and nobody calls them out on it. Not one person. You don't have Katie Tur running to this fire like a firefighter. That fucking whore.
Whatever he said.
That AOC, you can't just say it for once. Just say the word. That's it. That's all we want you to say. Or you're not angry about people confronting you publicly. You can't call it genocide all over and people dying.
Stop. Okay? Stop.
Yes, listen to her ginger
We're not
fiance.
doing anything. We're just talking to an electoral participation. That's all we're doing. That's it.
Cut it, and you're going to cut this, and you're going to clip this so that it's completely out of context. I already said that it was, and y'all are just going to pretend that it wasn't over and over again. It's fucked up, man. And you're not helping these people, and you're not helping them.
You refuse to.
You're not helping them.
Honestly, I'm just gonna say, like, being here and like witnessing, your life and everything like that. You're that boyfriend.
Who? Which guy? The ginger?
Yeah, you're AOC's boyfriend, 100%. You act like you would act all tough and stuff, but you won't say a word and just let.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Oh, it's too good. Oh.
Sports and nonsense. Oh, what's up, Sam? She says AOC is like if a fleshlight was turned into a human woman by a wizard playing a prank on his wizard friends. If AOC was smart, she would have started yelling Dune 2 spoilers. Was that at a movie theater? Do you know, Jay?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Anyways,
I think it was at a movie theater. Yeah, I think they went. They were watching a movie. I don't know exactly.
Oh yeah, she's leaving the movie theater. That's right.
Right.
So there's actually been some interesting things happening on the Israel-Palestine front. First of all, the United Nations actually declared, and I actually have a headline of this. Let me go ahead and throw that up because, well, if I don't, it doesn't really. It never happened, right? If it's not on Twitter, it never happened, right? So this is
Exactly right.
The United Nations tweets out there is clear and convincing information that some hostages being held in Gaza have been subjected to rape and sexualized torture, and reasonable grounds to believe it is continuing, said U.S. Special Representative Pramila Patten. Now, there have been tons of people, specifically pro-Palestinian and pro-Hamas advocates, who have continued to belabor the fake narrative that no sexual violence took place on October 7th in the Hamas attack against Israel, and that anyone who specifically was targeted, then obviously it's fake news, and therefore, again, it didn't happen because Hamas would never do such a thing, right, Jay? Hamas would never.
Not.
We've seen it time and again. Like there are people out there who believe that this shit did not happen because it is at odds with their own, moral values. Like they can't rack their brains around the fact that Hamas would do something so evil. It would completely end. Like basically, if they were to accept or concede on the fact that Hamas did such horrific things, which they did, then everything they've been fighting for or advocating for is based on just pure fucking evil, and they never want to admit that they're evil. Basically, did you not hear?
Do.
Yeah,
they never want to. And
anyways, here is the UN again. UN Watch tweeting out this video clip of who is this? Philippe Lazzarini, the Commissioner General of UNRWA, which is the United Nations. What?
UNRWA is the only section out of the United Nations that work for refugees specifically for Palestine,
right?
Specifically for in Gaza. They do not do, like, the UN does not do this for anyone else. They don't do this in Africa. They don't do this in China.
Right.
They don't do this anywhere that has people suffering as refugees, but they do this in Palestine.
So let's watch this clip. So this is specifically in relation to the 3,000 UNRWA teachers in Gaza that were being exposed by UN Watch and Hillel Neuer for their praise of the Hamas massacre on 10/7.
Excellencies, UNRWA is facing a deliberate and concerted campaign to undermine its operations and ultimately end them. Operations that are mandated by this assembly. Part of this campaign involves inundating donors with misinformation designed to foster distrust and tarnish the reputation of the agency.
That's right, Jay. It's all misinformation, all of it.
That's exactly.
Don't believe what you hear.
Don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe. I mean, it has been speculated and they've been accused for years of all of this, and we have it now documented. We have it documented by the Israeli army going into these places, seeing exactly what is being held in these classrooms, being exactly what is being taught in these classrooms, exactly what is being tunneled through the headquarters of UNRWA itself. We see we have seen all of it. Your tax-paying money has been going to terrorists to rape Jewish women, to behead Jewish babies, and to burn families alive. This agency, the UN agency, the UN, the UNRWA, all of this stuff is anti-American, anti-West.
It's anti-human.
Anti-human.
I mean, think about all the sexual assaults and rapes that just the United Nations peacekeeping forces have done.
Right. And been accused of.
Yeah, and been accused of. So, do we have to say allegedly? No, fuck the UN.
It's nothing but a bunch of
what is the UN?
pieces of garbage.
What is the UN going to do to us, Jay?
I don't know. Nothing.
Are they going to invade?
Watch the genocide happen. I don't know.
Probably.
Watch the genocide I'm going to do to your ass.
Well, hold up, Jay. Yes. Anyway, so this past week there was some sort of what would you call it? Kerfuffle happening with an aid drop, if you will. Would you call it that? Gaza aid drop? What
an aid drop? I thought you said a drop. I'm like, what are we segueing to here? I thought you said a job. I was like, who's the asshole? What asshole dropped?
Well, it was my Jay. My asshole dropped
right on my face. Baby.
Right on your face. All right. So basically, what ended up happening was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, but there was the U.S. is now involved in dropping emergency humanitarian aid into Gaza, and it actually has led to Gazans posting videos and basically telling the U.S. this.
مرحبا جماعة، من شوي وصلت المساعدات الأمريكية تمام يلي نزلنا من الجو. شوف عليه يا جماعة، أنا حورجيكم إياها تمام حبة حبة. أشياء يعني ليس لها علاقة بالأكل، ريحتها كريهة جدا تمام. هيها تجينا عشان إحنا بني آدمين، ما تجيش من الجو. أوكي؟ هذه مكانها واحد وحيد.
Basically, he's saying, I'm going to show you piece by piece, like what they've given us, and the smell is atrocious. We are not going to eat this. We are not going to have this, and we rather starve than to eat anything that comes from America.
هاي المساعدات نحط بكيس أسود زي هذا، أوكي؟ وبتنحط ثواني أورجيكم وين، وبترتمي في الجماعة اللي زي هذه.
Then fucking starve. Like, why? Like, you do something like this and you think I'm going to give a fuck? You think I'm going to care while you're out there cheering the beheading of babies and the rapes of women and all that kind of stuff? You think I'm going to actually give a fuck if you starve yourself? The world is a better place without you, son.
So, interestingly enough, this all comes on the heels of what, some sort of airstrike that took place that now Israel has been accused of killing over 30,000 people. But this is according to the Gaza Health Ministry. Do you really, which, by the way, can you really trust anything that they say? Honestly.
You can't.
You can't. You can't fucking do that. And everybody's been taking that word as gospel. And apparently this whole, like literally the Hamas-run Ministry of Health said that at least 104 people were killed and more than 750 others were wounded after this specific aid. Well, I wouldn't call it aid drop, but it was like sort of it was a gathering of thousands of citizens waiting to receive food aid. But that narrative is already coming undone because they're, first of all, Israel hasn't been making any restrictions on food, water, and medicine going into Gaza. They've been sending nonstop trucks, aid trucks into Gaza. Perhaps they shouldn't, considering that now the Palestinians are dependent on the generosity of the Israelis in getting aid, food, water. Jay, what the fuck are you doing? Are you distracted on your phone again?
I apologize. It's my fault.
Jay, we got like 10 minutes left.
Well, yes, and I know.
And you can't listen.
I know where we're going.
Do you want to weigh in here? You have a lot more time than I do.
7 minutes.
Jay, I'm just going out, you know, I'm hustling my ass out over here.
You got a heart out. I know.
Okay. You have all the time in the world to look this shit up. I have to look this up in like 5 minutes before the show. It's not like news is my main job anymore.
Right. Fuck. Yeah, your main job is
being a 4-month-old bitch.
Yes.
A 4-month-old bitch.
That's exactly what it is. And to be honest, we all are.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Everyone in this household is.
Everyone in this household is a servant to the queen.
I mean, she is a queen for sure.
She is, absolutely.
Anyways, Jay, we got a few minutes left, so let's actually talk about some notable things that happened in the realm outside of news, and that is the NFL scouting combine. Now,
here we go.
This is Xavier Worthy over here. Texas wide receiver.
You should have me say that name. I would have gotten it so wrong.
Oh, fuck. All right. I'm not going to say a single name after that. I know Ben and Spencer have queued up several names that they're going to have you read here in just a moment. So let's watch this.
Here it goes.
Oh!
Oh wow,
best motherfucker right there. That is
great.
Now,
holy
Jay, can you, instead of pronouncing that name, I'd like you to pronounce this name.
First thing I was going to say is Frank Cum. Frank,
the R is silent.
Frank Comes and Crumbs.
Oh man! All right,
so he's an O-line man, right?
lineman, yeah.
How much does he weigh? I mean, these are important.
He's got to be at least 300 pounds.
That's like at least, right? But I mean,
he looks
slim
pretty lean.
300.
He looks
Yeah.
pretty lean. I'd say
So maybe
he's in
he's
the
tall.
high. I say
Maybe
he's in the
tall.
high twos. I say
Yeah.
he's like 275, 290.
6'6" or something like
He
that.
looks pretty lean. All right, let's watch
He
this.
does. He looks tall as fuck.
Oh yeah, fist pump and a
Yeah, look at him go.
Just the boys going up at each other around here. I love it.
I don't think he went to the
Dude, they can use this guy as a wide receiver first. Sure. Like this guy is going to be just played over and over again. The guy needs to learn how to catch.
Giving it
Yeah,
hell
he's
the whole
cool.
time. That is outstanding.
Wow.
I said relax the face when you're running. He did not take that advice.
He's 6'8" and change, 313 pounds too. That's a big dude.
All right, so we were right. Yeah, over 300.
Oh yeah, but I knew. I
Look at
thought
that.
he was.
I believe we're about to get the news you were searching.
I said what 6'6". I think I said 6'6",
Something like that.
something like
Doesn't
that.
matter.
That
Anyway.
guy is not going to be an O lineman. That guy is going to be a tank tight end. Like that guy is going to go.
He's not fast enough to be a
people.
tight end. No, he's not.
Dude, tight ends don't need to be
I
that
can
quick.
see him being a O lineman who moonlights on the goal line as a pass catcher. So he'll line up as a tight end on goal line offensive options if he has good hands,
Right.
which we don't know yet.
We're not sure.
But
We'll
anyways,
find out. But yeah, he's going to be trick play galore.
100%. So I don't even know if we have any other info here from the.
Right. I
let's
mean,
see.
that wasn't the only two names, right?
Okay. So they're those aren't the only names. Okay, they got some more shit that's on the way. I'm actually very excited. Do we want to throw the first one up? Jay pronounced this. Honestly, I don't even know if I could pronounce that. Just do your best. Do your best, Jay.
Okay. Sata Oya Ligma. Next.
Next, let's see what we got next. Oh man.
Oh God, what the? It's like Xavier Gadlin.
I love the click in there. That was a nice touch.
That's what those are.
Ile.
Gotta be lib Ides. Gotta be lib Ides.
Gotta be a lib. Yeah, you know.
Gotta be a lib Ides.
Honestly, how do you make a last name a first name like that?
Olympic Fukushima.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Let me try it. Alumiyawa Fashanu.
Fashono.
For show.
For show.
He was a hoe. For show.
Show.
All right. What else we got? All right, Jay.
Rook Orimaru.
I read that as Ruke Oreo.
Next. Come in your eye in Norma.
Yabi Oki Enorma. These are some tough names. All right, Jay.
Meima Nijigimita? Like, is this an Asian guy? I don't fucking get it. Are Asians now coming into the NFL?
No. What Asians do you know that are coming into the NFL? Anyways, I read this as Meima Njung Meta.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, this is a good one too, Jay. What does that say?
Is it fun? Lufosho?
That actually is for show right there.
That is your little
A deaf one, ulo foshio. Man, these are some. What? Imagine all of them get drafted, Jay. They have to have nicknames, right?
Yeah.
They got to have nicknames. Is that the last one? I feel like we have a couple more. Oh, here we go. Here's the second and last one, Jay.
Talisi Fuaga.
Talisi, fuck you.
Karen Armageddon.
That's Karen. For sure, it is the Karen right there. A Mag Jizzy. There's no Z in there. I feel like
these are going to the Patriots.
All of them. Actually, hold on.
Do you think the Patriots are going to take Russell Wilson?
No.
Who do you think they're going to get?
Bro,
They're going to draft a quarterback at 3?
Dude, this is a quarterback heavy draft. I don't see them.
Well, it's only a heavy draft in terms of like rookies. It's a heavy draft in free agency. It's a heavy draft in
No, that's not. No, a draft is only specific to
and stuff
amateurs
too.
becoming pros.
Yeah, but I don't.
Off season is the term you're looking for.
Look, this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
The Miami Dolphins are going to become the next dynasty.
You're a fucking
number
Miami
one
Dolphins fan.
Number one.
Bro, they
the
can't
next
even
dynasty.
beat the fucking Kansas City Chiefs.
Do you know what's going to happen to
What?
the Patriots? They're going to go the way of Man United. They're going to go for 15 years after
Sir Alex Ferguson left.
No. After
Wayne Rooney.
no. What's his name? The guy.
Cristiano
just
Ronaldo.
No, from the Patriots. 15 years after
Belichick.
Bill Belichick has left, you're getting nothing. You're getting nobody.
I don't think
none of these head coaches that they're going to try and use are going to be good.
Dark days for the Patriots.
This Jared Mayo is going to go the way of that one Man United guy that they made head coach. This is what's going to happen.
Who was that guy?
Ole, whatever.
Oh yeah, Ole. Like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, of course you do. And it's going to be shitty, and it's going to suck.
Bro.
And you're going to go through this, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot.
Bro, you don't think I didn't go through this over the last few years?
Dude.
After Brady left?
Dude, you have no idea what it's like after 10 years. 10 years. And then you're going to make the
Patriots
playoffs.
fan before.
You're going to make the playoffs one year. Listen. You're
He's
going
a
to make the
Patriots fan before Brady. Okay.
Listen. You're going to make the play. I was a Man United fan before. No, I wasn't, because Ferguson was there before I was born, probably.
That's true too.
But you're going to go through this. They're going to make the playoffs one year, and you'll be like, "Oh, we're back, baby. We're back. We're so." And then the next year, they're going to go 2-14.
That's exactly no. I don't even think they're making the playoffs next year, Jay.
I didn't say next year.
I don't
10
even think
years. In 10 years, you make the playoffs.
Look.
And the year after that, you're going to be 2-14. Clip it. We're going to go back to this.
In 10 years.
In 10 years, we're
Thank
going to
you.
go back to this.
We better.
When I finally get married and you're
I
my
hope-
best man in 10 years. That's what's going to happen.
I actually could envision you finally settling down in 10 years.
Dude, it can happen. It can happen in 10 years. It doesn't matter. Look, if I'm 46 and somebody's like 30 years old, it doesn't sound too bad. And I can have a couple of kids. No, I can't, because I shoot blanks. But
Actually, Jay, I don't know. I've tasted it. I could tell right away based off a taste test.
there's a couple of swimmers.
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
definitely some
Yeah,
swimmers in there. You
100%.
know, you feel a tickle on your tongue. Yeah. So, anyways, Habibis, it's been 69 minutes of the show. We're very happy that all of you can join us. Wow, we have like 30. No.
Yeah, off of we have 1,300 people here off of X.
That can't be real.
That is amazing.
No, that's not
Yes,
real.
all the Habibi followers from X are on here right now.
Or is it just views? I don't even know.
No. Well, I don't know how X
I don't
counts
know
them,
how X
but
counts them.
I think they count as concurrent viewers.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
I'd be surprised if it was. It doesn't matter. But anyways, we appreciate it. Habibis, make sure you hit that like and follow. Also subscribe and join. If you want to get more Habibi Bros content, which you can if you join our locals, you can play video games with us. You could just hang out with us in the Discord.
Yes. And you can watch me get my chest wax. for
Yes.
my Habibi.
That's right. And we're playing a lot of Helldivers recently
For democracy.
for spreading managed democracy. It's a incredibly fun game. So Habibis, we'll be back on Thursday. We have the State of the Union coming up on Thursday, as well as a new list. So get ready for that, Habibis. That's gonna be fun.
It is.
So we'll be back, 9 p.m. I think we're gonna do a watch party of State of the Union and then go right after to
The list.
the list.
Yes.
Unless we decide we don't want to watch the State of the Union, we go directly to the list.
Well, I mean, we can go for it for a little bit just to be like, the guy looks dead. Whatever.
He is.
Whatever
I mean, I'd be
happen.
surprised if he lasts through the whole speech.
Dude, I don't even. I can't.
He's probably gonna get like a shot of cocaine right in the ass.
But not only that, we're going to watch him not know exactly what's going on. We're going to watch him fucking.
I'm very excited for that.
Tangents off. We have to watch it, and then once we watch it, and the reason why I encourage you to watch it is so you can see how the media is going to want to spin it. Because if you don't watch it for yourself and you just go off what the media says, it's bullshit. Even and let me give you a reason why. Even if he goes off without a hitch and he says it really great and all that kind of stuff, then right-wing media is lying to you.
So
you need to go and see it for yourself. Or if he goes in and he's a fucking moron and he's lost in the first sentence, then you know that the rest of the media is lying to you.
So
it's for you to make sure you know the truth for yourself.
All right, so this is interesting. So Trump doesn't have a complete sweep on Super Tuesday, and we're just doing this before we go. The Associated Press hasn't called the Vermont primary because right now 76% reporting Nikki Haley has 49% of the vote to Donald Trump's 46. It's almost like Vermont is a microcosm. DC is a microcosm of Vermont. It's
Right.
all libs.
It is all libs. These places do not fucking matter. They don't matter. Because the thing you have to understand is that if it's a solid blue state voting on these primaries like this, it doesn't matter when they start voting for the general.
Mm-hmm.
It won't matter.
Won't matter at all. So, anyways, Habibis, that's it for us. We love you. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you on Thursday. I've been Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
We'll see you next time on Habibi Power Hour. Peace. Mess with Emma.